Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, announced that it's fully concluded. It's a thorough, independent scientific review. After a strict process, the FDA has reaffirmed its findings that the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective, and the FDA has given its full and final approval. So let me say this loudly and clearly. If you're one of the millions of Americans who said that they will not get the shot until it has full and final approval of the FDA, it has now happened. The moment you've been waiting for is here. It's time for you to go get your vaccination and get it today. Today. It's an important moment in our fight against the pandemic. You know, I want to thank the Acting Commissioner, Janet Woodcock, and the entire team at the FDA for their hard work. Dr. Woodcock is a true professional. She's a career scientist who served under Republican presidents and Democratic presidents. She's ensured that the team followed the science above all. They've looked at the mountains of clinical trial data, and the safety and efficiency data, and concluded without question the vaccine was safe and effective for emergency use in December. That same thing, we've got those shots in arms at the time, 350 million in the United States and billions across the world. They kept pouring over this data. The FDA approval is the gold standard. And as I just said, now it has been granted. Those who've been waiting for full approval should go get your shot now. The vaccination is free, it's easy, it's safe, and it's effective. And it's convenient. For 90% of Americans, there's a vaccination site less than 5 miles from your home, and you can get the shot without an appointment. So please, get your shot today. There is no time to waste. The Delta variant is dangerous and spreading, causing a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's the pandemic, the unvaccinated. And while we're starting to see initial signs that cases may be declining in a few places, nationwide cases are still rising, especially among the unvaccinated. Across the country, virtually all the COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths continue to be among the unvaccinated. That's worse in states where vaccination rates are overall low. But even in states where many people are vaccinated, the unvaccinated are still at risk. Let me be clear. There are cases where vaccinated people do get COVID-19, but they are far less common than unvaccinated people getting COVID-19. And most importantly, their conditions are far less severe. The overwhelming majority of people in the hospital of COVID-19, or almost all those dying from COVID-19, are not vaccinated. Not vaccinated. If you're fully vaccinated, both shots plus 2 weeks, your risk of severe illness from COVID-19 is very, very, very low. Now, I know that parents are concerned about COVID-19 cases among their children. I'll be addressing this soon with Secretary Cardona to discuss how we get our kids back to school safely. Cases among children are still rare, and severe cases among children are very, very rare. But I know that parents are thinking about their own kids. It's not as reassuring as anyone would like it to be. So let me say this as parents, to the parents. As you have the tools. You have the tools to keep your child safer, and 2 of those tools, above all, are available to you. 1, make sure that everyone around your child who can be vaccinated is vaccinated. Parents, adults, teens. 2, make sure your child is masked when they leave home. That's how we can best keep our kids safe. As I've said before, the pandemic of the unvaccinated is a tragedy that is preventable. People are dying and will die who don't have to. So please, please, if you haven't gotten your vaccination, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, do it now. It could save your life and the lives of those you love. As I mentioned before, I've imposed vaccination requirements that will reach millions of Americans. Today, I'm calling on more companies, I should say, in the private sector to step up with vaccine requirements that'll reach millions more people. If you're a business leader, a nonprofit leader, a state or local leader who has been waiting for full FDA approval to require vaccinations, I call on you now to do that. Require it. Do what I did last month. Require your employees to get vaccinated or face strict requirements. And as I said last week, vaccination requirements have been around for decades. Students, healthcare professionals, our troops are typically required to receive vaccination to prevent everything from polio to smallpox, measles, mumps, rubella. In fact, the reason most people in America don't worry about polio, smallpox, measles, mumps, and rubella today is because of vaccines. It only makes sense to require a vaccine to stop the spread of COVID-19. With today's FDA full approval, there's another good reason to get vaccinated. So please get vaccinated now.